Hi, folks, and we're here live for your tip-offs with your St. Andrews Knights facing off against number 5 Union College. St. Andrews wins the opening tip. Caleb Brown with the ball now. Gets it into the post for Emil Malone. He starts backing his man down. Spins, fades away, puts up a jumper, no good. Union up ahead now, gets it on the break. Layup attempt, no good. Malone comes away with the rebound. I believe that was Markello Sullivan on the layup there. Round over to McCray, but stolen by Sullivan now. Gets into the low block in transition and puts the layup off the glass. Brown up ahead now. Gets a screen from Malone. Wings it to McCray, stolen by Sullivan once again. Turner out ahead, he pulls up for three in transition, no good. Rebound Alexander. Over to Brown now. Knights with two early turnovers here, looking to tighten things up. Maintain control of the ball. Brown trapped here. Gets it out to Malone. Malone pulls up for three.
Back to myself. Thank you.
Malone with it now, pulls up for three, no, fakes it, gets it inside to Alexander. Turner in transition now. Over to Sullivan, he pulls up for three and sinks it. McCray down the lane now. Layup attempt with the left hand, no good. Tip in by Alan Taylor there. Knights cut the lead to two, trailing 7-5 here. Over to Turner now. He drives the lane, puts up a floater and in. Markel Turner, the leading scorer for Union College, averaging 22 points per game. Getting going early here. Brown with it now, gets into the lane, kicks it out for Malone. Malone drives into the mid-range, loses his handle, gathers. Gets it outside to McCray. Brown with 10 to shoot here. Over for Malone, he'll pull up for a three and sink it. Emil Malone, dangerous from distance. And showing off the range there, the versatile big man. Deontay Douglas with it now, sizing up the defense. Douglas looks inside for the alley-oop to Sullivan. Broken up by Malone. McCray inside to Taylor all alone. And he'll convert the layup to take the lead here. Union going to call a timeout, trailing 10-9. A lot of points here early for Union. Brown to Malone now. Malone one more to McCray. McCray pump fakes, drives the lane, gets low and to the rim and finishes. Sullivan gets his man to fly by on the pump fake and then sinks the jumper once again. Markello Sullivan nearly unconscious here. And the Knights going to take a timeout, I believe. No, excuse me. I believe there was an issue with the basket, actually. Alexander into Brown now. Caleb Brown sizing up. Trap comes, swings it to McCray. McCray gets downhill once again. Pivots in the mid-range. Fades away. Short on the jumper. Over the outstretched hand of Sullivan. Good defense there. Up ahead to Turner now. He'll pull a three in transition. No good. Brown fighting with Turner for it. Ball still loose. Brown diving on the floor for it now. And a whistle here. Still no signal from the official. And I believe we're going to say jump ball here. Knights making a change. Garrett McCray and Alan Taylor checking out. Quan Barnes and Brody Clark checking in for the first time. Turner with it now. Jumper there from Mercer, no good. Brown out in transition now, over to Malone. Malone making some moves, pulls up for a jumper and sinks. Great ball handling there from Emil Malone. Crossover into the jumper. Sullivan from deep three-point range, no good. And Mercer will touch it out of bounds. Barnes into Caleb Brown now. The Barnes at the top of the key. Barnes surveying. Finds Alexander near midcourt. Look for Malone on the low block. The entry pass is picked off by Sullivan. Sullivan down the lane to Turner now. Turner puts up the layup attempt, no good. Barnes on the rebound. Up to Brown now. He's out in transition. Finds Alexander on the wing. He'll pull up for three. Off the rim, no good. Barnes flies in, but has it taken away. Mercer with it for three in transition now. No good off the rim. Ball loose. Brown comes up with the rebound. Knights slowing things down now. 9 to play here in our first half. Knights trailing by 5. Pass to Barnes. Barnes surveying. Over to Clark now. Clark drives to the baseline, gets under the basket, kicks it into the corner. One more for Brown. 5 to shoot. He pulls up for a deep three-pointer and sinks it. Caleb Brown with the bailout three-pointer at the buzzer, drawing the Knights within 2. Mercer in the mid-range now, wide open, and he'll pull it from the free throw area and hit. Union College going up by 4 here. And we're going to take a timeout. And we're back here. Brown bringing it up the court now for the Knights. Looks inside for Barnes in the high post. Looks down low for Malone. Tipped away by Sullivan. Out to Clark on the perimeter now. One more for Brown. Back for Malone on the wing. He'll pull up for three once again. No good. Markello Sullivan out in transition now. Put some moves on McCray. Tries to get downhill. Loses his dribble. Brown comes away with it. 2-on-1 here with McCray. Dumps it off for him. And the easy laydown finish. Great steal, great transition play there from the Knights. Turner getting downhill now. Sullivan loses his feet. Getting tied up with Clark there on the low block. Didn't quite see what happened. Knights trail by 2 here. Union with possession. DJ Mercer to inbound now. Finds Turner. Up top for Hamilton. He'll pull up for three. No good. Malone flies in for it, but it's tipped away by Farrington. And it'll be Knights ball here. McCray over to Brown now. Brown goes to the wing here. Looks down low for Malone, but he overshoots the pass, and it's too hot to handle. Floats out of bounds. It'll be Union ball here. Turner with it now up the floor. Over to Hamilton. Hamilton pulls up from deep three-point range. No good. Farrington is there for the rebound. Hamilton from the free throw area. No good on the jumper once again. Flies in for the loose ball. And I believe he spikes it off the leg of Malone, and Union will maintain possession here. And Taryn Hamilton checking out. Anton Mozga checking back in. Entry pass for Turner. Finds Sullivan. Mercer for three, but a foul. I'm going to say it's a foul on the floor, so it'll be an inbound before the shot. No free throws here. Mercer into Turner now. Markel Turner with it, sizing up McCray. McCray presses out. Turner steps back for a three, no good. And Clark with the rebound. Brody Clark ahead with it now. Finds Malone in transition. Back out for McCray. McCray calling for the set now. 6:45 to play here in our first half of action. Knights trailing 29-31. McCray for Malone now. Malone goes to the baseline area, gets stripped. And Sullivan gets it back to Farrington. Over for Mercer now. Ahead to Mozga. Drives baseline. Gets it in the corner for Turner. Fakes the shot. Back down low for Mozga, and he's all alone for the layup. Good ball movement there from Union. Getting the Knights out of position. McCray with it up top now. Pass for Barnes, looks for Malone down low. Malone goes to work in the post, puts it off the glass, no good. Gets his own rebound, can't corral it, and it goes flying out of bounds. It'll be Union ball. Very physical play inside. Malone unable to corral the rebound there. Knights making a change here. Malone getting a rest. Alan Taylor back into the contest. Mercer into Douglas now. Douglas brings it over midcourt. Hand off for Hamilton. Over in the corner to Mercer. Down low for Hamilton. No good on the layup. Mozga tries to put back with a dunk. Can't quite catch it out of the air. Up ahead for McCray, finds Taylor on the run, goes up for the shot and fouled by Hamilton. Great transition play there. Caught Alan Taylor in stride going to the basket, and they were forced to foul. Taylor will take his first trip to the line to shoot 2 here. Junior out of Lillington, North Carolina. And Taylor gets the first one to go off the front of the rim. Nice shooter's touch there. Knights back within 3, trailing 33-30 after the made free throw. Looking to cut the deficit further here. And Taylor sinks the second one, nothing but net. Knights back within 2. Douglas brings it up now. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan drives, gets in the mid-range, pulls up for a jumper, and sinks it once again. Markello Sullivan, automatic tonight. Up ahead for Barnes, down the baseline. No good on the shot. Mercer from the wing pulls up for 3 and sinks it. And Knight's going to take a timeout here after 2 quick baskets from Union. And we're back after the timeout. 5 to play here in our first half. Knights with the ball, trailing by 7 here. Brown with it. Gets it from Malone over to McCray now, sets the screen. McCray gets downhill into the lane, swings it to Taylor on the cut. Taylor high off the glass and in. Great dime there from Garrett McCray. Great finish by Alan Taylor. Douglas into Sullivan. Sullivan driving. Gets the pass away down low. And the layup is good. Jacob Kenny on the layup there. Brown with it, getting downhill now into the lane. And we're going to say a foul on Kenny there. His first. Markello Sullivan checks out. Markel Turner back into the contest. Up top for Brown, marked by Douglas here. Drives to the left hand, pulls it back. Over to Malone now. Looks for Taylor in the low block, but overshoots the pass. And it'll fly out of bounds. Turnover for the Knights there. Union will come away with it. Mercer into Douglas now. 4 minutes to play here in our first half of action. Up top for Turner. McCray gets a hand on it but can't steal it. Turner pulls up for 3. No good. Alexander on the rebound has it batted away. Malone comes away with it. And then they get it over to Caleb Brown now. Gets it to Malone on the block. Malone gets it to the low post, turns and fades away. Great shot there from Emil Malone. Great footwork in the low post, drawing the Knights back within 5. Douglas getting downhill now, puts up the left-handed layup and scores it. Up ahead for Taylor, pass overshot once again, and he can't run it down. Knights still trailing by 7 here. Douglas over to Turner now. Looks for Kenny, but Kenny loses his feet, and they're going to say it's a foul on Emil Malone there. Turner to Douglas in the backcourt. Douglas carries it up now. Over to Mercer, up top for Turner. He'll pull up for 3 once again, no good. Malone comes away with the rebound. Over for Brown. Brown gets it to Malone. Malone gets down the lane, puts back after the miss, and scores it. Emil Malone with a tenacious effort there, working in the low post. Douglas with it now, over for Turner, fakes the shot, back for Douglas. He'll pull up for a 3 of his own and sink it. Union shooting very well from 3-point range so far in this contest. Knight's going to have to look to slow them down in the second half. 2 to play here in our first. Brown to McCray now. McCray making a move, gets around the screen, finds Taylor inside. Taylor puts it high off glass and finishes. Great pick and roll there from the Knights. Brown over to Turner. Turner gets downhill, gets deep in the lane, puts up a floater off the rim, no good. Brown with it now, 1:50 to play. Knights trailing by 6, looking to close the gap. Brown over to Malone now. Malone for McCray. McCray with 8 to shoot here. Gets it down low for Malone. He pulls up for a mid-range jumper, no good. Mercer ahead with it now. Looks inside for Kenny, but undershot the pass, too low. Kenny unable to corral it. Disagreement between Union teammates here about who was at fault for the errant pass. And some changes being made here. Mercer and Kenny checking out. Bosga and Sullivan back in, I believe. Well as Will Bailey. Malone gets it on the perimeter, but it'll be fouled by Sullivan there. With a little over a minute to play here. Malone will go to the line for a 1-and-1. And the sophomore out of Raleigh hits the first of the 1-and-1, looking to go 2 for 2 here. And Malone good on the pair. Knight's going to call a timeout with 1:04 to play here in our first half. We'll be right back. And Deontay Douglas races ahead, gets it to Turner now, over for Sullivan. Ball's in the corner, tries to drive baseline, can't get anywhere, pulls up for a mid-range, no good. Caleb Brown snatches it out of the air. 47 to play here. Brown gets downhill into the mid-range, pulls up for a jumper off the side of the rim, no good. Turner in transition now. Steps back, gets down the lane, kicks it to Douglas in the corner. He'll pull up for three, overshoots it. Rebound, Taylor. And McCray now with it. Shot clock turned off. Nice and get the last shot of the half if they so choose. McCray sizing up the defense here. 15 to shoot. Knights clearing out, overloading one side with three players. Malone comes to set the screen. McCray gets into the middle of the lane, loses his handle, and then loses his feet. Union comes away with it, gets it out ahead to Douglas, and he'll put in the layup just before the buzzer. And we enter halftime. Your Knights trailing 41-47. And we're here for the second half of your contest. Knights trailing here by 6 to Union. Caleb Brown with it, looking for an outlet, finds Alexander. Down low for Malone once again. Malone on the high post, pivots, fades away, but gets blocked by Hamilton there. Tries to rip it away, but a reach-in foul. And that'll be a quick foul on Emil Malone there to start our second half. Hamilton over to Douglas now. Douglas for Turner. Back to Douglas in the corner, wide open. He pulls up for three and sinks it. McCray ahead with it now. Finds Brown on the cut. Brown backs up into the corner, gets it to Taylor on the low block. Taylor with the jump hook, no good. Rebound Hamilton over to Turner now. He's ahead in transition. Over to Douglas. Gets down the baseline, kicks it inside for Farrington, no good, but Sullivan there on the putback. Sullivan guarding McCray closely here. McCray gets to the low block, thinks about the turnaround jumper, decides against it, gets it to Alexander. Alexander working in the post, he'll shoot a fadeaway. In and out, no good. And Douglas with it now over to Turner. He'll pull up for a three-pointer and no good. Rebound Hamilton and a dunk on the putback. Showing off the athleticism there. Brown with it now. Over to Alexander. Turner tries to reach in, can't get it. Malone in the high post. He goes to work. Gets it stripped away. Gathers it. Out for Brown. He gets into the mid-range. Pulls up for a jumper. Off the rim. No good. Douglas out in transition now. Sizing up Brown. It's a screen from Farrington, but a offensive foul on the screen there from Israel Farrington, resulting in a turnover. Brown with it now in transition. Knights in a hole here, trailing by 13. Brown gets down the lane, turns, pivots, finds Taylor in the mid-range. He'll pull up for a jumper, no good. Markel Turner on the rebound. He's out in transition. Crosses over to the baseline, puts up a tough floater, no good. Barrington on the rebound. Turner in the corner now, short on the jumper. Rebound Alexander. Over to Brown now, he'll carry up. Brown over to McCray, up top for Malone. Malone surveying. Over to Taylor. Handoff for McCray. It's downhill, into the mid-range now, gets a switch on to Farrington. Sizing up, goes middle. Gets it to Malone in the corner for three, and he hits. Great shot there from Emil Malone late in the shot clock, and we're going to have a timeout. Be right back.
Y'all should be addicted now. We taste the blood. Let's keep this going. We got 2 weeks to prepare for the next.
Union set to inbound here. Douglas with it now. Deontay Douglas up the court. Over to Hamilton. Knights in the 2-3 zone once again. Taylor to Sullivan in the corner. Sullivan pulls up for three. No good. Rebound loose. McCray flew in for it. Couldn't corral it. And it'll stay with Union College here. Hamilton down the lane, puts up a tough shot through traffic and a foul. Taryn Hamilton to the line now. Sophomore out of Georgetown, Kentucky. And he'll knock down the first. Lead up to 11 here for Union. Gray gets downhill now. Draws two defenders, gets it to Taylor on the laydown, and Taylor with the floater is good. Turner on the wing, goes in the corner with it, gets doubled. Over to Farrington. Hamilton in the high post. Over for Turner now on the wing. He'll pull up for three. In and out and in. Rattles around the rim, but goes. And Markel Turner with another three-pointer to his credit. Brown looking inside for Malone, not there. Gets it to Alexander. He finds Malone on the low block. Lay down for Taylor, but stripped away by Farrington, but a foul. Alan Taylor will go to the line once again. Junior out of Lillington, North Carolina. And no good on the first. And he'll sink the second, splitting the pair there. Knights trailing by 12 here, 5 minutes into our second half of action. Turner up top for Douglas. Douglas gets downhill. Blocked by Brody Clark and stolen away, but Sullivan runs it down. And a errant shot clock reset here. Should read 15. Official's going to change the time. And a side out of bounds here on the baseline for Union College. Hamilton with the inbound to Douglas. Over to Sullivan now. Sullivan drives, puts up a mid-range jumper off the rim, no good. Malone on the rebound. Finds Brown. Brown up ahead with it now. Over for Clark. Malone with it now. As Douglas kicks it to Brown in the corner. He drives baseline, puts up a floater, but blocked by Farrington. I'll say it's Knights ball here with 6 to shoot. Brody Clark to inbound. Only 6 seconds on the shot clock here for the Knights. They find Malone. He pulls up for the jumper immediately, short on it. And Turner comes up with the rebound. Turner out ahead now. Puts a move on Clark. Pulls up for the floater from the mid-range. No good. Alexander can't quite corral it. Sullivan comes away with it. Alexander steals it but flies out of bounds. And they'll say it's Union ball here. Turner into Douglas now. Douglas marked by Clark. And off to Sullivan. Hamilton for three now and sinks it. On the off-ball motion there. Lead up to 15 for Union. Caleb Brown down low for Taylor now. And they're going to call a walk on the move after the low post entry pass. Dante Douglas up ahead with it now. Over to Turner. Back for Douglas. He'll pull up for three. No good. Hamilton flies in for the rebound, but gets tied up, and they'll say a foul on Alexander. Turner over to Sullivan in the corner. Sullivan pulls up once again and sinks it. Not the one you want to leave open. I believe he is up to 26 points now in our contest, approaching 30 after that three-pointer. Clark over to Alexander. Alexander gets into the lane. Over to Taylor in the mid-range. Shoots it from the corner, no good. Alexander rebound, putback is good. Douglas up ahead now. Met by Malone at the basket. High off glass and good. But they're going to say a foul on the floor before the shot. Oh, excuse me. The basket was good. It was an and one free throw. My mistake. Lead up to 19 here for Union. Brown with it now. Gets to the middle. Out to Malone. Malone steps back, decides against the jumper. Over to Alexander now. Handoff for Clark. Malone in the high post once again. Malone goes to work. Turns, fades away. No good on the jumper. Malone, the leading scorer for the Knights here so far, looking to will them back into this one. $22 points in the contest so far for him, followed by Alan Taylor with 15. Hamilton gets down the lane, goes for the shot, but is fouled. And he'll go to the line. No, it'll be a side or a baseline out of bounds, excuse me. Foul was before the shot attempt. Turner in for Douglas now. Over for Sullivan, gets down the lane, puts it up over Malone. No good, but a foul. He'll go to the line. .12:37 to play here in our contest. Knights trailing by 19. And Markello Sullivan here to shoot. Junior out of Kentucky hits the first. Score by far for Union tonight, up to 27 points now. And he knocks down both at the line. Lead up to 21 here for Union. Gray brings it up the floor for Alexander. Alexander drives baseline. Gets into the low block, puts it off the glass and in. Great drive and move there from Alexander, powering his way to the basket. Over for Hamilton in transition. He pulls up for three. No good. Rebound Taylor. Back from McCray now. Looks ahead for Clark in the corner. Drives to the middle, gets inside, puts up the jump hook, no good. Douglas out in transition now. Alley-oop for Sullivan, can't quite go up for it. Hamilton gets the rebound and puts it back. And Union going to call a timeout.
Y'all should be addicted now. We tasted blood.
Let's keep this going. We got 2 weeks to prepare for the next.
And Alexander into McCray now. 11:47 to play here. Knights trailing by 21. Looking to close the gap down the stretch. McCray drives to the baseline, puts it high off the glass and in. Great move there from Garrett McCray. Knights working in the 2-3 zone. They get it down low for Mazga. Works in the low post. Stolen by Taylor on what I thought was a clean block, but a foul is called. And Mazga will go to the line. And Anton Mazga will hit the first. And good on the second. McCray up ahead for Alexander. Alexander going right to work, pulling up for three and sinking it. Duncan Alexander wasting no time. Over to Turner now. Back for Mercer. Inside for Hamilton. He'll pull up from the free throw line area and sink the jumper. McCray pushing the pace once again. Racing out in transition. He'll drive down the lane. Get into the mid-range, hop step, down low for Barnes. Pump fakes, puts it up, and draws the foul on Turner. Quan Barnes will go to the line for two. Late addition for the Knights, but he has been an impact player since he was activated recently. And the senior out of Kinston, no good on the first. And Barnes short on the second, going 0 for 2 there on that trip to the free throw line. Unfortunate break for the Knights. Douglas gets downhill now, picked up by Alexander. Over to Turner, open on the wing. He'll pull up for three, no good. Mazga races for the rebound. Gets it to Hamilton, but stolen by Alexander. Diving on the floor, gets it to McCray, but stolen by Mazga. He'll go up to the rim. Contested by Taylor and a foul. Frantic sequence there for both teams. Neither one quite able to come up with the ball. Anton Mazga right back to the line. 3 points so far in the contest. Alan Taylor with 4 fouls. He's got 15. Knight's going to make a change here. Probably Malone for Taylor, if I had to guess. Save him for down the stretch. And Malone checks back in. As well as Israel Farrington for Union. Taryn Hamilton checking out. Malone, the leading scorer for the Knights so far with 22. Back in with 10 to play, looking to do some more damage. McCray, a tough shooting night so far, only 6 points to his credit. Looking to get some going down the stretch. Malone goes to work from the three-point line. Hands it off for Clark. He'll pull up for three off the catch and shoot. No good. Douglas out in transition. Over to Mercer. He'll pull up for the rhythm jumper off the catch. No good. Rebound Malone. 10 minutes to play here. McCray going to work on Mercer. Gets down the lane, puts up the shot off the glass and in. Great move, great finish there from Garrett McCray. Douglas down the floor with it now, over for Turner. Thinks about the shot, decides against it. He'll drive, get down the lane, put up a floater, no good off the front of the rim, and Malone with the rebound. McCray gets it poked away by Turner in transition. Had his pocket picked there. Union unable to corral it, and they're going to make a change. Markello Sullivan checking back in for DJ Mercer. Taryn Hamilton for Anton Mozga. And it's going to be a foul on Farrington immediately after checking in, jockeying down low with Malone once again. It's been several times they've been caught fouling Malone on the low block. Barnes gets it. Over to Malone on the perimeter. Handoff for McCray. Over for Alexander now. 20 to shoot. Barnes in the corner. Hits McCray on the cut. Loses it for a second. Gathers. Gets into the mid-range. Posts up. Kick out for Alexander, drives to the middle, pulls up for a floater and hits it. Great stop and pop shot there from Duncan Alexander. Deontay Douglas up ahead with it now. Over to Sullivan, back for Douglas. Over for Turner on the wing, he'll pull up for three, no good. Malone snatching a rebound once again. McCray up ahead with it now. Gets down the lane, has it poked away, gathers it, gets it to Barnes in the corner. He'll pull up for three and sink it. Quan Barnes on the jumper. Sullivan down low for Hamilton. He'll pull up for a mid-range, is short, but a foul on Barnes. 8:21 to play here. Knights trailing by 13 after trailing by as much as 21. Taryn Hamilton to the line now to shoot. And it's short off the front of the rim. And he puts it up and in for the second free throw. Hamilton up to 12 points now in the contest. Gray brings it up the floor. He's got 8. Down low for Malone, the leading scorer with 22. Finds Clark. Yet to find the scoreboard. Down low for Malone on the low block. Goes to work, pivots. And they're going to say a foul on Taryn Hamilton there, once again on Malone. Malone drawing a lot of contact in the post this evening. Sullivan picks off the inbound pass, loses his feet, gets it to Douglas. Douglas down the lane and is fouled by McCray. Sullivan taking a hard tumble there, but looks like he's okay to continue. Douglas will go to the free throw line here and shoot 2. Douglas good on the first. He's up to 14 now. To make it 15 here. And no good. Barrington comes away with the rebound, finds Hamilton. Outside for Douglas, fakes the three, drives the lane. Dumps it off for Hamilton. He gets to the low post area and puts in a layup off the spin. Great finish there for Taryn Hamilton. Cray up the floor now. Finds Alexander on the perimeter. Marked by Douglas. He'll drive. Get down the baseline. Put up the shot high off glass. No good. Malone gets the rebound, but it's poked away by Douglas. Out for Clark now. Clark into the mid-range. Tries to get it inside for Malone, but can't complete the pass. Hamilton down the floor now. Layup over Barnes. And a timeout. We'll be right back.
You open my eyes, and I'm ready to go. Lead me into the light.
Listen, y'all should be addicted now. We tasted blood.
Let's keep this going. We got 2 weeks to prepare for the next one. Clean up a few mistakes. Let's get on a roll. It's conference time.
Ready to start mapping your future? Get started at St. Andrews University, the perfect place to explore your passions. St. Andrews offers a high-quality education that can be completed on campus or online. Flexible course offerings and convenient locations meet the needs of your everyday life, with accelerated degree options available. Career opportunities are waiting for you at St. Andrews University, from nursing to occupational.
And we're back here. Mercer with the ball. 4:30 to play in our contest. Knights trailing 87-68. Turner gets it in. Brown marking Turner closely. 10 to shoot here. Mercer gets it now. Shoots it inside, looking for Hamilton, but Hamilton out of bounds. That'll be a turnover for Union. Knights ball here. Caleb Brown up the court with it now. Over to Malone. He'll pull up for a three. Off the rim, no good. Mercer comes away with it. He races out in transition. Over to Sullivan. Sullivan to Mercer in the corner. Thinks about a shot. Kicks it across for Hamilton at the top of the key. He'll shoot. No good. Gray down the court now. Gray attacks the middle, and he'll draw a foul there. And Garrett McCray, the local product, to the line for a 1-and-1 now. He's got 8 in the contest so far. To add here. Knocks down the first. And knocks down the second. Turner doubled by Barnes. McCray diving on the floor for it. Gets it to Alexander. Hamilton diving on the floor for it now. And a jump ball. Pile of bodies there. I believe the possession arrow will favor St. Andrews. No, the ball will stay with Union here. Mercer to inbound now. Ref taking a moment to the condensation from the ball. Ball back in play now. Mercer to inbound. Guarded by McCray. Turner into the backcourt for it. Guarded by Brown. 3 minutes to play here in our contest. Knights trailing by 17. Looks down low for Turner. Hits him right in the face, it looked like. Too hot to handle. And it'll careen out of bounds. Brown up ahead now. Crosses over. Over to Malone now. Malone loses it for a second, gets it to Barnes in the corner. He tries to drive baseline, but loses it himself. And a turnover there in the late stages for the Knights. Turner up ahead now. Finds Mercer. Gets it down low for Farrington. Handoff for Sullivan. And he'll finish the layup. Great ball movement there from Union. Gray up ahead now. Goes to the baseline. Tries to go behind his back, but stolen by Mercer. Mercer was standing out of bounds. Union making a change. Markel Turner checking out. Will Bailey back into the game, and Markello Sullivan checking out for Deontay Douglas here. Gray in from Malone on the perimeter. Down low for Alexander. Gets into the post, turns, fades away. No good on the jumper. Douglas over to Farrington now, looking inside. Finds Hamilton at the top of the key. Looks over for Douglas. Douglas surveying. Sizing his man up, rips through. Tries to get downhill. Pulls it back out, gets a screen. 3 to shoot here. Kicks it into the corner for Farrington. He'll pull up. No good, but too late. A shot clock violation there. Great defense from the Knights. Forcing the turnover. Minute 41 to play here. Making some late substitutions. Israel Farrington and Taryn Hamilton checking out. Jacob Kinney and Jelani Mitchell checking in. Down low for Malone. Loses Kenny and then finishes on the other side of the basket with a reverse layup. Will Bailey gets down the lane, tries to put it high off the glass, but no good. However, it's stolen away by Mercer, and he'll pull up for 3 off the steal. McCray in transition now. It's down the baseline. Pulls it back out. Sizes up Mercer. Gets Malone on the low block once again. He'll drop step to the baseline, put it off the glass, no good around the rim. And Jelani Mitchell comes away with it. He'll be fouled in transition. And Mitchell will go to the line for a 1-and-1 here. Junior out of San Diego, California. And Mitchell no good on the shot. Rebound Malone. 48 to play here. Round to Malone now. Malone pulls up for a deep three-pointer and sinks. Over to Mitchell now. 30 to play here. He'll get down the lane and finish. Check 1, 2. Wow. Malone behind the back. He'll pull up for 3 once again. No good. 20 to play here. Malone with 29 points so far in the contest. The 3-point attempt here, no good. Mitchell comes away with it. 8 to play. Union content to let the clock run out. And Union will win this one 94-75. Thanks for watching our SAU broadcast. I'm Johnny Rogers, and until next time.